Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Constance the Reader, and it feels like it has been a very long time since I've made a video. It has been very stressful. It's November. Next week is the crazy time for retail, and I've been in a really crappy mood. So I've been very busy at work, hating the fact that I know that next week is going to be busy, and the thing that brings me joy is to be able to do a video. So I finally have time to do a video. And part of the reason why it's taken so long is because I have been waiting a long time for some of these books on order to get here. And I have a huge haul for you guys. So this is going to be a combination of manga and regular books that I'm really excited to talk about. We even have children's books to talk about, so I'm really excited about that. And I have more stuff I'm going to be filming later today because I got to get a lot of stuff done today. All right, I don't have much time until next week. But without further ado, let's talk about my giant book haul, starting with the manga. So I'm going to go kind of quickly when it comes to the manga. A lot of these are like 5th, 7th, 28th volume in a series, so we don't need to go in depth with it. But without further ado, starting off strong, didn't even know that this released, got this I think yesterday or the day before, volume 12 of Zom 100. This is a series that I have put down, but I want to get back into. I stopped at like volume 8, so I need to get back into it because I love Zom 100. Another series I didn't know came out with another volume, and this one is a very big deal for me, and that is D. Gray Man. I did not realize that this was going to be an additional volume that was coming out, because I haven't read through the whole series. So I'm really excited, which means I really need to get a move on when it comes to reading D. Gray Man. Newest volume of Jujutsu Kaisen, slowly making my way through that series. I keep hearing about it, this new season, and I'm like, I need to hurry up and read because I want to know what the hell's going on and what everyone's talking about. Oh, still kept the plastic on this one, so let's tear this off. This might have been talked about on someone I follow on Instagram. So, static. Twilight Out of Focus. So I believe that this is a shorter series. It's very new to me. Someone talked about it on Instagram, I think, at an account that I follow that mostly has BL manga on it. So I'm really excited to read that. Another one I didn't know that the newest volume came out was Tokyo Aliens Volume 5. This is a series that I really, really like and recommend. Again, it's only 5 volumes so far. I don't know how long or how short the series is going to be, but I've really enjoyed it. I've loved all the covers as well, so they've been nice to display. But very, very, very cute. If you want something that is pretty fast-paced, lovable characters, but has a deeper, sadder story to it, you'll like Tokyo Aliens. Continuing on, buying new volumes for series that I technically have read, only the first volume. The Elusive Samurai. Another one I didn't realize a new volume came out because I feel like I just bought volume 8. What the hell? So I need to get back into it. I need to pick the damn thing up and read it. Blue Exorcist volume 28. Knew that this one was coming out, but this one actually was on the shelves a little bit early. From what I remember, this was supposed to come out on the 28th, but who am I? I'm not going to complain now. Another series I genuinely need to get into. I've watched Blue Exorcist, but I did want to read it because I feel like there's definitely going to be stuff that's missing. So yeah. Next is Old Fashioned Cupcake with Cappuccino. This is another BL manga. I'm excited to read this one. I've heard good things, and I'm excited to get into that one. Had to get the next volume of Rose and Blood. Why? Because it was a discounted. The next few are going to be ones I got as a discount, which is like really exciting. I got secondhand. You know, I'm liking this. I read this alongside of Red Fog, and I like Rose and Blood. I do. I'm going to continue reading this. I think it's very, very pretty. I mean, look at the covers. They're gorgeous. It's like a reverse harem type thing. All the male vampires right now seem to be like super obsessed with our main female character. They can't get enough of her, honey. And I just feel like it's about to go down. That's for sure. Slowly, and luckily, left a receipt in there, getting more used volumes of Undead Unluck. Now, have I read the first volume yet? No, but that's okay. So I have volume 3, volume 4, 5, and 6. This is an ongoing series, I'm pretty sure. And I'm excited that I've been able to find pretty much volumes 1 through 6 used. I'm feeling pretty lucky. So hopefully I can maintain that luck, because I'd really like to keep getting more longer series used if I can. I also got Our Not So Lonely Planet Travel Guide used, which is really awesome. I still don't know how long this series is. Didn't know that there was a 3rd volume. So when I saw this in Second and Charles used, I was like, oh, have to get it. Have to get it. I may have mentioned some of these. I can't quite remember because it's been so long since I did a haul video, but I was doing the reels and the shorts for YouTube. Like, I kind of forget what I talked about in a long form video and then in a short form video, but that's okay. My husband got me volume 17 of Yu Yu Hakusho. Almost done completing this series. It's taking a long time because there's so many volumes that I can't find, but we're making our way. Volume 10 of Spy Family, volume 9 of Frieren. My husband's watching this right now, and I was with him while he was watching it. I was falling asleep. Wow. The anime is absolutely beautiful. It's just as beautiful as reading it and like what you see on the covers. Watch it if you don't want to read it. I promise you, it is so awesome. And I feel like they kept it perfect to what I read. The newest volume of Skip and Loafer. I'm so excited. It's like I almost don't want to read it because I love it so much. But that's not how things work. Okay, I got to read this. Another new favorite series. I'm in love with The Villainess Volume 5. I kind of binge read this recently. I loved the first volume. Said, fuck it, let me read the second and third. And then I just read the 4th as well. I love this series. It's so cute. I definitely would recommend it. I also got Tsugumi Project Volume 3. I have read volumes 1 and 2. Thank you very much. Round of applause for Connie, people. Please, because I did a good job. So far, I'm liking it. It's very interesting. It's dystopian. Basically, many years in the future, a bomb was dropped on Japan and it basically was like obliterated. I think that the bomb may have been dropped by Japan on accident. I'm not sure. So France is sending a bunch of convicts, people who were kind of set up by the police, what else is new, to go into Japan and try to find out the, what's the word? Try to find the schematics, is that the right word for it? For this bomb. Don't exactly know what's going on. It seems like this destruction may be one of the characters we've met. It's interesting. My only issue with this is how the one black character is drawn. Had potential, but they just had to go and do the thing. I don't understand why you have to draw black people's lips like that. That's my biggest criticism. I really like the character. I think there are really cool things about the character too, like how he's drawn, but like there are some parts where you draw the mouth, like, why'd you do that? Come on now. I have to say it. I have to say it. Like, I love The Promised Neverland, but I can't remember her name now, but the one black mother character, were they called mothers? Were they called mothers at that point? The women who oversaw the children in the orphanage. In the manga, it would switch back and forth. It would not be so clearly like, this caricature, okay? And then sometimes like, now why the hell we have to go down that route? So I feel like I just have to say it, just so you know. They go back and forth and it's just not necessary, okay? I got volume 11 of Witch Hat Atelier, another series I've only read the first volume for, but I like it, so I will be continuing. And I also got Something's Wrong with Us, and I got this because it was also used. I figured, why the hell not, okay? I've heard good things. I've seen it in a lot of people's like, I love this series hauls or like showing me their shelves. So I figured, you know what, it's used, it's the first volume, let me go ahead and get it. And finally, I have all of Parasite. I'm really excited. So I got almost, I think all of these, yep, all of these are secondhand, so I'm very excited about that. There's only one volume I didn't get secondhand, and that was the first volume. So look at me, trying to save money. even though I still spend a lot. I'm really excited. I do like the hardcover full color ones that they've come out with, but honestly, I actually prefer these covers, and I don't know that I necessarily want to read it all in color. I've been getting that for my friend Neptune because she loves Parasite. That's her favorite series. So I'll continue to buy the hardcovers for her, but I like the paperbacks. I think they're very, very cute. And the only thing I don't have right now, which I could have had, which really upsets me, is volume 10 of the Apothecary Diaries. It was supposed to come out on the 8th, then the shit changed and it's coming out on the 28th. And that really doesn't sit right with me. I don't feel like I should have to wait because I love the Apothecary Diaries. But it's okay. I'm going to continue to watch as it releases because I love the anime as well. But I'm not too happy about it, okay? I don't like to wait, and I've been waiting long enough. But that's what would be here if I had it. So imagine she's here. Obviously, I'm gonna put a picture up. But I love it. Watch the anime, read the series. You will enjoy it, I promise. All right, so that is all the manga. So if you don't care about anything else in this video, go ahead and skip. I'm gonna put timestamps on it for those who don't care about one or the other, or if you like it all, watch it all. Thank you. Now we're gonna go to some children's books. So I heard about this book on Twitter, and it is From the River to the Sea by N. Salem, and it was getting review bombed. Who is surprised by that? Luckily, Amazon at the time changed the commenting thing, so you had to be a verified customer, so you had to have bought it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually buy this. I don't like to buy books from Amazon if I can help it, but I did not want this to get review bombed because it does not deserve it. And I have friends that have children, so I figured I'm going to buy it and I'm going to read it. And I did read this, and this is lovely. This is very beautiful. You're following our two main characters, our brother and sister, and they're showing us Palestine. And they're talking about their heritage, olive trees, the local wildlife, their family, just enjoying their land and their time and educational. It's a beautiful little book. This is like, these are the only two like children's books I've ever bought as an adult, because obviously I'm child free. I don't have kids, but I knew I had to buy these, and I'm happy that I have lovely friends who have lovely children who they feel like they would love to read this to their kids. And I also got The Olive Tree Said to Me by the same author. I'm very excited. I also think that the creators of this book also have a clothing line. Let me see. I think that was in the back of the book. Yeah, so they run a Palestinian clothing company called Pali Apparel. So if you also want to support them outside of buying these children's books, go to that website and buy some other stuff. Okay, now for all the other books. So I bought a lot of books. Some are secondhand, which I'm really excited about. Some are not. Totally fine. I waited a long time for some of these books. So it was very frustrating to wait, but it's okay. So some of these are nonfiction, which I'm really excited about. This one in particular, I waited a lot longer than I felt was necessary to get it, but that's okay. I might read the back of some of these for you, you know, every now and then, we shall see. But yeah, it's a combination of nonfiction, fiction. I'm excited. So first up is the Jakarta Method, Washington's anti-communist crusade and the mass murder program that shaped our world. I'll read the back for y'all. So in 1965, the U.S. government helped the Indonesian military kill approximately 1 million innocent civilians, eliminating the largest communist party outside China and the Soviet Union and inspiring other copycat terror programs. In this bold and comprehensive new history, Vincent Bevins draws from recently declassified documents, archival research, and eyewitness testimony to reveal a shocking legacy that spans the globe. For decades, it's been believed that the developing world passed peacefully into the U.S.-led capitalist system. The Jakarta Method demonstrates that the brutal extermination of unarmed leftists was a fundamental part of Washington's final triumph in the Cold War. I am trying to learn a lot more about our government in this country, you know, due to recent events, if you know what I mean. And this was a highly recommended book. So I can't wait to read this. I will be annotating. I'm definitely going to take my time because this is a longer nonfiction book. And I try, if I can, to stick with nonfiction that's like under 200. This is just over 200. Yes, it's 257 pages. That's not bad. But I will be taking my sweet time. I'll be annotating the hell out of this, just like the next book I'm talking about. So I know I did mention this book on what I'm reading this month in November for Nonfiction November, but Except for Palestine, The Limits of Progressive Politics by Mark Lamont Hill and Mitchell Plitnick. I don't remember if I did a haul on this or if I just told you guys I bought this and I was going to be reading it for Nonfiction November, but as you can see, I have annotated this. Now, I don't have a good system. If I found that thing interesting, I tab it. Maybe one day I will get better at annotation, but so far, this has been an amazing, very informative book. I've made it to chapter 4, which is the last chapter. I thought that the BDS movement, criminalizing BDS movement chapter was actually really, really interesting because I've just now started to learn about that. But I would recommend this. It's pretty quick. It'll be interesting if Mark Lamont Hill writes another book, Except for Palestine, during the Biden administration, because this was written during the Trump administration, and it was also very enlightening. I really like it. I really like Mark Lamont Hill. I would recommend any of his books. I've read, from what I understand, I've read all of them so far that I'm aware of that he's published, so I would recommend this for sure. And it's a pretty short book as well. Like, it's only... what's this, like 100 something pages, right? Yeah, it's like, it ends on 151. Like, this less than 200 pages, so you could absolutely read this pretty quickly. All right, moving along. I got Against the Loveless World. I got The Hurricane Wars. I hope to read this before the year is over. I am going to be doing a video like 10 before the end. So pray for me, because that will be a book that I put on there for sure. And I think I'll like it. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things. And honestly, a lot of people that I've been following on TikTok recently have said that it's a book that they either rated like between 4.5 or 5 stars this year. And it's been really good. So I feel pretty confident I'm gonna like it. So I got Renee Addier's The Wrath in the Dawn. I got this one used. I was really excited about that. Then I also got The Rose and Dagger. I can't remember if this is a duology or a trilogy. If it was a trilogy, I'll just get the 3rd book when I'm done with the first 2. But I am really excited to read it. I've actually heard a lot of good things about that series, but I haven't feel like I've heard a lot of people talk about it recently. So when I saw the first book, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get that. I also got Beasts of Prey and Beasts of Ruin by Ayana Gray. Loving this cover, by the way. This is gorgeous. Loving this cover. I'm excited. And I'm not really like a fan of hardcover books anymore. Like, I prefer paperback, but how the hell are you gonna pass that up, right? And it was a good deal too. So I'm excited to read this. I've also heard really good things about that series too. Now, I don't know if that one's also a duology. If it's a series, I'll continue on with it, but I love a duology. I'll be the first one to say that, that's for sure. I also finally picked up The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I've heard good things about this. Now, this also might be a duology. I should probably just stop saying that since I don't know. I won't stop saying it. But recently, this is another author that I've heard a lot of people say that this was like a 5-star fantasy for them. So I'm really excited to get into it. These are not new books. These are ones that I owned for a really long time. And I want to reread the series because I learned something new about the author, and that was Suzanne Collins of The Hunger Games. So I actually want to reread this series before the year is over. Got my little covers. So cute. And you know how I am. I was like tempted to be like, should I see if I can get used paperbacks of all of these? I'm like, no, girl, you already own them, so calm down. But you know how I can be. Y'all know how I can be. Now, I don't have the physical book with me. I just have the Dusk Jacket because I've already put this to the side, because once I finish my Mark Lamont Hill read, I will be reading In Defense of Looting, A Riotous History of Uncivil Action. I want to read this for Nonfiction November, and I'm really excited because my stepdad was really interested in reading that too. So, hi, Mr. David. I hope you read this book when I'm done with it. All right, so this was yesterday, I got Tonight I Burn by Catherine J. Adams. Somebody talked about this on, I don't know, an anticipated releases book TikTok, and I was like, you know what, hell, it's in front of me, so let me go ahead and get it. So I got it, and I'm excited for it. I got Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat. This was a book that I put on my Amazon wish list just because I'd heard about it. And when I saw it in person, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. The second book also looks very, very, very pretty. I love all these covers, by the way. Very, very gorgeous. I'm excited to read it. I also got The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. One kingdom to save, one kingdom to destroy. I just wanted to try some more. I want to try some different fantasy. Like, I haven't read a lot of adult fantasy or even young adult fantasy recently, and I don't know what was up with me, because y'all know how I am when it comes to hauling. Like, I buy a ton of manga. I was just in a mood. I was just in a mood to get something different, y'all. Now, this is one I did not expect to see when I saw it yesterday. I don't think this came out yet. This was mentioned by the same TikToker who was like, there's a bunch of stuff I'm really excited to read, and I personally had never heard of this, and it's To Kill a Shadow by Catherine Quinn. Like I said, I don't really care for hardcover, but I mean, it's a plus that it's got the sprayed edges that are purple. That's really gorgeous. And for those people who have sprayed edged books, do you display them like this, or how do you do that? I would love to know. I don't have space to do it like at like an angle so you can see the sprayed edges and the cover, but you know, let me know what you do. So some of these next books are books with dragons in it. And I'm really excited because I haven't read a lot of books that had dragons in them, but the two authors that I have read that have had some type of creature like that or a dragon, you know, unfortunately, there's been some things that have come up, have been brought to light, and I'm not going to be reading those books. And I'm not going to be talking about them either. And everybody probably knows which one I'm talking about. It's been the biggest one that's everyone's talking about. I know this is not a judgment to anyone who is going to read that book. Please feel free to read it if that's what you'd like. I'm just going to read something different. And I've seen a lot of people suggest a lot of really cool books that seem really interesting. So Fireborn was one of them, and this is by Rosaria Munda. In true mood reader Connie fashion, I went ahead and just got everything that was available. So I also got Flamefall, and I also got Fury Song. People have said this is a really good series. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. Let me go on and do it. I think it's going to be like similar in terms of like magical school for dragon riders type thing. There might be enemies to lovers. Who knows? I'm going into it blind, y'all, and I can't wait. I also got To Shape a Dragon's Breath by Monaquil Blackgoose. I hope that I pronounced that correctly. A young indigenous woman enters a colonizer-run dragon academy and quickly finds herself at odds with the approved way of doing things in the first book of a brilliant new fantasy series. Excited to read this one too. Okay, I got another duology. I'm pretty sure, I feel really confident this is a duology. I wish that I could take the sticker off right now, but it's just gonna leave that ugly like residue, so I have to like really sit down and get the blow dryer out. But I got Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri. And that's a good damn price right there. And then I got Realm of Ash, A Curse is Upon the Throne. I feel like I've heard people say that this is a good series, so I'm excited to read it. Again, I don't know if these next ones I already talked about in a haul video. I probably didn't. It's okay. But if I did, ignore it. I got They Called Me a Lioness, The Palestinian Girls Fight for Freedom, Ahed Tamimi, and Dina Takruri. So I definitely want to read this, especially because this young Palestinian girl was just arrested unlawfully, and I'm really hoping that she's okay. It's disappointing that that had to happen to her, especially everything that she's been through and other Palestinian people. But if you want to read that, I would definitely suggest it, and I'm hoping to read that this month. Definitely going to be reading it this year. I also got Salt Houses by Hala Aliyan. So this is on the eve of her daughter Aliyah's wedding. Salma reads the girl's future in a cup of coffee dregs. She sees an unsettled life for Aliyah and her children. She also sees travel and luck. While she chooses to keep her predictions to herself that day, they will all soon come to pass when the family is uprooted in the wake of the Six-Day War of 1967. Elegant and powerful, Salt Houses follows through generations of a Palestinian family as they scatter across the globe and brings us to a greater understanding of how we carry our origins in our hearts wherever we roam. Very excited to read this, although I fear I will cry. Also got Say Their Names, How Black Lives Came to Matter in America. I got this with both of those books. So late last month is when I got this. Very excited to read this one as well. And then, okay, so we've got quite a few left. Well, not quite a few. So again, keeping in with the books with dragons, everybody has talked about this series, and it's an older series, I believe. I actually remember someone at one of the stores I go to recommending this, and before they left to go to a different store, they were like, promise me you'll read this series. I didn't. I will be now. And I got these two used, so very excited. But that is Aragon by Christopher Poloni. So I'm excited to read this. The newest book in this series came out, so I figured, well, why the hell not? Now, I didn't know the new book was coming out when I bought these two, but pleasant surprise, right? And then I also got Eldest. I couldn't find the other ones used. I'm sure I will eventually. I don't care if these covers don't match. But because it's an older series, I figured, you know what, let me get some used copies, you know, who knows? So another pair of books that I got used that I feel like I'd heard that these were really good books, but based on the covers, I mean, what the hell? Now, again, I have to take the stickers off, but that is A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy Lynn. I mean, look at that cover. That's beautiful. Then I also got A Venom Dark and Sweet. Both used, very exciting. You know, I love a good used book now. Okay, so we're coming close to the end. I got a new Darcy Coates book, Where He Can't Find You. Long red thread, someone's dead. This was in the young adult section. That was very surprising to me. So I'm excited to read this. I don't know if this is considered like young adult for sure. It might be. Wow, there's illustrations in here. I didn't even know that when I picked this up. I'm excited. I really like Darcy Coates. Darcy Coates is a very, very awesome author to me. I just read Dead of Winter with my book club, so I can't wait to get into this. And the cover is really, really cool. Very, very spooky. Next is another dragon book. I know I'm scattered throughout this whole damn thing. Dragonfall by L.R. Lamb. This is another one that people recommended as a good alternative to some other dragon books. Now, is this romantasy? I don't know, but it's okay. I want to read some more fantasy if I can, especially dragons, because like I said, I don't read a lot of that. And the last book, I'm not going to be showing you guys. I'm only going to talk about the author, and you'll be able to know what I'm talking about if you are in the book community. But it is by Rebecca Ross. It is one of their newer books. And the reason why I'm not going to be showing you guys and saying the title is because it is by Wednesday Books. And we are trying to boycott Wednesday Books and St. Martin's Press. Now, hopefully, some of these other books I talked about aren't under that, like, you know, down the line. I know that we were talking about St. Martin's and Wednesday Books, so forgive me if there were some on here that technically are under that publishing house. I definitely try to make sure that none of them at least said Wednesday or St. Martin's Press. But Rebecca Ross has a new book. There's also another book that's coming out, I think, later this year. So if you're in the bookish community, you know which book I'm talking about. I heard good things about Rebecca Ross, so I figured, you know what, I really do want to pick up this book. Everyone has said that it's really good. So I can't wait to read it. Sorry to end with a book I can't show you, but it's okay. Hopefully, eventually, St. Martin's Press will do the right thing and they will apologize and take ownership and accountability for the person who is a part of their staff who made Islamophobic and racist comments online. If you want to learn more about why this is being boycotted, I'm going to put some of the people who have been talking about this the most and amplifying this the most in the description box down below, if you're interested. But yeah, that is it. I don't know how many books this was. I'll put the number up somewhere. But I'm excited. I'm glad I finally got to film this video. And I get to do the lovely putting all the books away thing after this. Can't wait. But thank you so much for watching my video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on other social media. It's in the description box down below. Thank you so much for being a follower. I appreciate you guys so, so, so much. And have a good day. Goodbye.